Hey there, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more City Skylines in Praetoria. Now I know this looks bad. If you missed the last few seconds of the last video because you clicked away early, you might be a little surprised and wondering what's going on. Basically my coal power plant caught fire at the very end of the last episode. Yeah, so our fire marshals are on the way to go and put this out, but of course the result is we don't have enough power, which means we don't have any water, which means we also don't have any sewage. Like all sorts of horrible things are going on right now. I am going to need to increase this budget at some point, by the way, otherwise we're not going to have enough power to go around. So anyway, we'll deal with this, but if all the buildings that could have caught on fire, that was probably the worst one. Absolutely hilarious, but the power should be solving itself, should see water going, and getting sewage at some point. Now, we don't have enough power to really go around long term, and this is going to be an issue. I do want to get up to the 2,600 population necessary to unlock the advanced wind turbine soon, because I don't want to be placing down a bunch of windmills. This isn't the best spot for it. Whereas some advanced windmills over here, oh, I could really get some value out of that. So that's something I want, but we need more population. In the meantime, that's why I'm boosting up the budget for our electricity production, because I am hoping that we are going to be able to keep ourselves afloat just long enough to get our population up and a-running. We will see. In the meantime, I did say that I want to expand out some industry. Specifically, I wanted to get some farming going. We could buy one of these two tiles. You can see from the lighter green color on the grass that these are actually fertile areas. If I take a look at our natural resources map right here, there we go, you can see it a lot better. We are blessed with lots of farming opportunities. The original sketch was to build farms out over here, but that's a little too far away from our current city, so what we may want to do then is at least buy this out for $4,300 and then build out a pretty small farming area here. I might keep it long term, I might not. But in the meantime, it's close by, gets us some nice clean jobs, and allows us to start exporting some goods so we can get a little bit of extra cash. So that's what I'm going for with this. So we now need to go to the industrial zones. I'm going to paint this area right along over here. Might end up taking both sides of the railroad at some point. I really don't know. But for now, this should be fine. And Underhill Industrial Valley? No, I don't think so. I've got a few names for different farms. We'll keep a couple of those in reserve. For right now, I'm going to call this one Corgi Butt Farms. I don't know. It's because I'm looked to my left just now, and I happened to see a little corgi butt as he's playing around on his toy. It's deliciously cute. Anyway, so this should be fine. Now we need to get some roads going, and I'm going to go ahead and set up a lot of gravel, following the railroad to at least some extent or another, and get this entire area zoned out and ready to go for some farms. Fine, I give up. All right, I'll place down a wind turbine. Didn't want to have to do this, and I'll probably have to get rid of it and just wasted a lot of money, but it's the only way to get my power back up to something reasonable and keep things going over here. Anyway, so Corgi Butt Farms are going to take a little while to generate some funds. For this, I need to go to industry over here, and we would go to our farming industry and place down a farm main building. This is going to cost me $15,000 just to get this going, and it does have 50 jobs associated with it, which is going to be pretty nice. But the way this is going to work is once I have a farming main building placed down, I'll unlock the next set of buildings. And if we take a look here at the farming production tree, we can see that we could extract some crops from fertile lands. So that could be fruit, it could be wheat, whatever it's going to be. And then we could export that directly to get a little bit of extra money. Alternatively, if we're willing to invest a bit more cash, we could process that by sending the crops to some meat farms, right? So let's say the pigs, for example, use the crops to feed them, and then sell the meat for even more money than the crops were worth, or we could grind that down and turn it into flour. Regardless, both of these will be nice. The processed goods will make me more money when we export them, and eventually we could instead combine them into some sort of a luxury, unique good, only producible here in our own industries, and then we get some serious bank. I like, by the way, that it says profit right here. Shows the steps. Crops, process, luxury, profit. Yep, that is the way to go, absolutely, if you can pull that off. All right, so here's our farming main building. I guess I'll set it up right here. Kind of fits perfectly. There we go. Congratulations. We now have access to all the farms that I was looking for. Now I'm going to need even more money, but the goal will be to place down some of these small crop fields and stuff right away. The upkeep is pretty reasonable and affordable, and it's only $1,000 per crop field. So agriculture is pretty cheap and easy to get started with. There you go. We've placed down a couple of these crop fields. We could choose what to grow here, but I think wheat will probably have to be fine. It's really just an appearance. As far as the game is concerned, all crops are the same thing. It could be fruit, it could be wheat, it could be whatever. But this just changes what it's all going to look like. That's it. So if you like the look of wheat, if you like the look of corn, for example, I mean, go for it. What about cotton? What about potatoes? Doesn't really matter. I like the look of corn, so I guess we'll just go ahead and do some corn. There we go. Got some very basic crops set up. Now we have our oranges going as well. We could have pears, apples, greenhouses, whatever floats your boat. It's totally up to you. So just like with the parks, Corgi Butt Farms here is going to have to go through a level up process. The more of these resources we produce, the faster it's going to level up. Once we have enough workers over here, it's going to level up. So like all of that is pretty helpful. Now, one problem with the agriculture is it does tend to require a lot of uneducated workers in order to keep this going. What we may want to do at some point is set up like a small little farming village hamlet somewhere out over here. It'll be like a little suburb. And then pass a policy where basically children are allowed to work and not go to school. So they never become educated, so they stay here and always keep our crops up and running. That might be a thing we do. We don't have to think about that for at least a while, but it would be a good option. And we're now officially a boom town. Excellent. That lets me buy another tile if we so desire. We also now have access to the airport areas, which I won't be taking advantage of right away. Some new public services are available in the form of transportation, whether that be via bus or taxis, etc. Post services are now a thing. And we could actually take advantage of the ore industry if we wanted to as well. Lots of new policies, but none of these are really outstanding. Plus, I got a whole bunch of different road types, including highways. Yeah, lots of useful stuff over here. So if we want to worry about our power situation, now we're going to go ahead and place down some of these advanced turbines. This is going to solve the problem. It's a little unfortunate that it's going to cost me this much money to get it going, but we can do so. And then boom, look at that. We've got all the power I'm going to need. I'll hold on to this windmill for now, but at some point I'll probably end up getting rid of it. Oh, we seem to have our first dead person. Okay, well, that's a thing that can happen. So somebody died in the Elizabeth residence. If we don't deal with this house is going to become abandoned. That means we now need to move on to getting ourselves our first cemetery. These are usually okay to have. I mean, people don't tend to get too upset about it. The question is, where do I want to place it? Tell you what, we'll place it kind of close in the farming area. It's got a pretty long reach, so I'm pretty sure the hearse should be able to get all the way out of here. I think anyway. And don't ask what we do with the bodies. It has nothing to do with the fertilizer for all the different crops that are going to be down in this area. Absolutely nothing to do with that whatsoever. Anyone who suggests otherwise, well, that is just straight out libel. Hey, look, cows. Lots of cows. We could swap these guys out for Highland cows. That looks a little bit different. Oh, look, they're all woolly. Little woolly cows. That's kind of fun. Alternatively, we got pigs, which I have to, like, unpause the game in order to show. And then there's sheep. Yeah. I guess I'll stick with generic cows right now, but they're not exactly happy cows. Good lord, talk about not grass-fed. This is like a horrible zone for them. Whatever. The point is, though, if we go to the Corgi Butt Farms here, we can see we are diverting at least a few tons of our crops to start producing some animal products. Eventually, these animal products will be sufficiently large enough that some trucks will come and pick it up and sell it. And then I'm hoping we're going to see that we actually start turning a profit. So far, not really, but soon, maybe. Oh, now see, that's the kind of profit that I'm looking for. Delivered 8 tons of animal products, and that's an extra $1,800. So far we are indeed running a profit, even though I am not fully up on my workers. And now it says we've lost all of it. Well, okay, easy come, easy go, I suppose. We're going to expand across the railroad over this direction, continue to grow some of our homes and stuff, because right now it's kind of looking like we're getting a little bit cramped for some space. Let's see, we do have a lot of sick citizens. My God, what happened? No, for real, what actually happened? Why do we all of a sudden, is this just flu season? Is that how this is supposed to work? I don't know. Fastest solution, just go ahead and boost up the healthcare spending so we can get everybody taken care of, and this problem will sort itself eventually. Whoa, what is going on here? I don't recall this being a thing. I don't know if I messed up some sort of a brush setting with one of the new mods or what, but somehow I've got an invasion of trees that are trying to devour all of my roads and my homes. This doesn't make any sense at all. Where'd you all come from, I wonder? They're all the same species of tree, too. I must have messed something up. For the life of me, I don't know what I could possibly have done, though, because I don't even recall having my mouse over in this direction. But there we go. All right, we're clearing out that infestation. Weird. Yeah, this is one of the things that can happen with mods. Sometimes you just straight out goof it up. You just goof it up real bad all of a sudden. I don't know. Anyway. So how are we doing as far as Corgi Butt Farms? Well, once again, it said we had a profit, then immediately went away. We're apparently just breaking even. I still need more workers, though. I'm going to need a fair bit more workers in order to keep this all a-going. In the meantime, extra crop fields and stuff, I mean, that doesn't seem like that bad of an idea, frankly. Extra crops, you know, if we have more than we need in order to feed our animals, no biggie. We just export the goodies. This is the thing. Overproduction still translates into money. Oh, Dixie Park has reached level 3. Now I have access to gazebos. Do gazebos change a lot? I don't know. They're probably not worth an absolute ton when it comes to extra beauty value or anything, but I mean, they're probably smaller and semi-compact, so I guess I don't mind trying to place a couple of those down. Where we got one? Right over here? All right. Yeah, they're pretty small. Excellent. All right, so now I can actually start placing down lots of beautifying buildings. In fact, our attractiveness rating is already high enough that once we get more people, this will go up to level 4. There we go. I'm trying to place down a few trees and stuff here and there wherever I can to kind of make this place look a little bit less bare. Because admittedly, it's kind of embarrassing as far as parks go, ain't it? But you know what, that's fine. You gotta start small. You gotta start somewhere, am I right? I think so. We're starting to make actually a reasonable-ish amount of money at this stage of the game. Not outstanding, but at least something. Making a little bit of profit as we continue to output more, yeah. We need to get more jobs, though, and we still don't have enough people even working all of this. Yeah, we're only at 2/3 of our working capacity here. I really think that the problem is simply that not enough people in the residential areas are actually seeking employment in the farms. But I'm not sure really what to do about that, because I don't want to build out more proper industry, and I'm trying to just balance my needs with commercial and stuff. Somehow we're supposed to get more out of this, though. Oh god, I need more power. Of course we do. Why wouldn't I? Yeah, more power. Let's go over here. I mean, it's worth another 20 megawatts every time we place one of these down. It's a pretty hefty amount of extra power. I like the advanced windmills. They're pretty good. Healthcare continues to be a really serious issue. Why is everyone so sick? It can't be from sewage, and we should be doing okay-ish when it comes to our garbage. Somehow, people are just getting extremely sick and really not able to get to any of the clinics. And it is proving to be a very, very, very expensive problem. Okay, what else can we do? Child health centers. Don't know if that's going to do a lot of good for me. Elder care, probably not what I'm looking for. Medical helicopters, sports hallers, and gymnasiums, health benefits, all of that would be nice. Yeah, no, I don't know. For some reason, people are just getting sick en masse, and it's a bit of a problem. I'm honestly a little bit scared. I don't suppose my water isn't getting polluted, is it? You think that's it? Hang on. Water towers. I wonder if... Oh, I wonder. Hang on, this might be the problem. Let's take a look. Pollution? There it is. All right, found the source of our issues. The pollution has spread enough that my water tower here is now a liability and a half. Right, okay. Knowing that that is the case, we are going to move it elsewhere. Over here, we'll do fine, and then we simply connect it. This should solve my healthcare problems, because people are going to stop drinking literally toxic water. So now that I've got way more clinics than I know what to do with, we'll probably have to shutter a few of these, but for now, let's just solve the problem, get everyone back under control, then we'll worry about it. Have we solved our health issues? Yeah, the numbers have dropped down. Oh gosh, man. Hey, did I unlock, like, the whole, like, make everyone extremely sick thing? Because if we didn't, I feel like we should have. Maybe this is? Yeah, Lazarette Plaza. I think I literally unlocked a monument for making the city's health suck so bad. Ah! Well, we got a bit of a problem here, guys. Our city appears to be burning. Our city appears to be massively on fire. Oh, I forgot to expand my fire coverage. Well, don't worry, you know, it's fine. By placing this down where we did, I think people will get around here, and somehow we're going to recover from this, and it'll be absolutely okay. Never punished. Never punished at all. We're finally reaching the point where we are running out of all of our water availability, so a second one of these sewage plants and an actual water pump seem to be in order over here. Which, as long as we don't create any pollution issues over here, should be okay. I mean, the water's flowing here, and then where's it going, honestly? Truth be told, nowhere, really. It's flowing down here, and then it just kind of stops at the lake. Well, we're going to be creating a little vacuum right here is what we're going to be doing. And in the meantime, by having that all taken care of, we can actually afford to reduce our water production by a fair bit. Not that much. Not that much, but you get the idea. We can get ourselves back into a reasonable amount and save a little bit of cash. Corgi Farms has leveled up. All right, so it's more efficient and actually doesn't cause as much pollution, amazingly. Now we have access to things like the flour mill, where we can start milling down, honestly, whatever crop we grow. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be wheat, which makes no sense, but it is what it is. And then we could get a bakery up and running and start producing some of those luxury goods. With that, though, we would make a lot of extra money. Farmer workers barracks, let's see, the cattle shed, small barn. Most of this doesn't really matter, I don't think. It really comes down mostly just to crops. But let me just double check that that's true. If I were to get something like the farm workers barracks, increase the work efficiency of the workers in the industry area. So you could build up to like 20 of these and make everyone more effective. All right, so I guess technically speaking, it might be worth placing down at least a handful of these barracks like so, in order to just generally make everything better. Also, Dixie Park is now level 4. Excellent. So we're gonna go ahead and place down a flour mill, which, as I said, takes some of the crops and just turns it into flour directly. Can't do a lot with the flour as of yet, except for just sell it, I suppose, but there we go. That is going to be a thing. What else? Here we go. Cattle shed, ventilated buildings to raise cattle. I think this is just a more effective version of the animal pastures. 2,400 units per week, 3,200 units per week. Does take less water, weirdly enough, but electricity. That's the difference then. Less water and more upkeep and more electricity for more cattle overall. Meh. I don't know if I care all that much about it, but it is a thing that we could technically do if I cared. For now, though, this seems like a pretty reasonable farm that's going on over here. We've certainly produced plenty of goods. Now it's just a matter of diverting all these crops, get the flour, get the animal products, export it, make some dang money. You know something that doesn't make a lot of sense to me? Apparently, even though I'm placing all these schools around here, a lot of people either just can't reach it or something. Most of my population remains very, very solidly uneducated. We have a lot of eligible students, plenty of capacity, but they're not getting around. I don't suppose any of that has to do with, like, gravel roads. No, they can cross gravel roads like anything else. There's no reason they shouldn't be able to access this. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure why kids are refusing to go to school. Well, I guess regardless, it's okay to go ahead and just upgrade a handful of roads like so, and try to encourage more students to go there. I don't know. What about like, let's say our high school system? High school, same deal, honestly. We are reaching basically nothing, despite the fact that my roads really should not be preventing me from doing this. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Usually by now, as a matter of principle, I've gotten rid of all the gravel roads. We'll see if improving a lot of this and adding in proper crosswalks makes a big difference, but I doubt it. I really don't think it matters. And Corgi Farms, in the meantime, has leveled up. We are now level 3. Excellent. Okay. So efficiency goes up even further. We now have lemonade factories, the milking parlor, larger crop fields, and such. Okay. So this is going fairly well. It's still acting as if we're not making a profit, but I simply don't believe it. I'm pretty sure we are consistently pulling out some extra money. I mean, the fact that I've got $104,000 all of a sudden to work with should probably clue you in that we are looking just fine. Dixie Park, by the way, at level 4, we need a lot more entertainment value. But look at this, we're actually making an income off of our park. The park is a moneymaker, ladies and gentlemen. That seems pretty cool. I still need to figure out why we're not getting a lot of progress with our education. It does seem like maybe we're reaching... No, not really. We're not reaching more than we have before. I'm honestly not too sure if these are updating correctly. It really is acting as if we're getting basically no education, like pretty much at all throughout the city. And yet, I know my education numbers are going up, so it can't be that bad. We must be making some sort of progress, right? I think, I don't know. It's kind of weird. What is going on with this gravel road, by the way? Get rid of that nonsense, and you go ahead and place one of these right over here and get that fixed. No, dang it, what's wrong? The medical clinic is in the way. Okay, I tell you what, we move you over one. It upsets a lot of people, that makes them immediately happy, as we just basically picked up the entire building and moved it over one space. Haha! Problem solved. Okay. So progress has definitely been made. We are very close to reaching the next milestone, a busy town. Tell you what, before we end this video, let me see if I can get us there. And there we go. Busy town, population 5,500. Now we're going to have access to things like leisure and tourism and so on. Not that I can take advantage of a lot of this stuff, but it is there. We can also start upgrading some of our roads to have trees and stuff be more decorative, but also reduce sound and noise pollution, which is pretty important. We've got access to a lot of nice new buildings, including upgrades for power plants, hospitals, some entertainment buildings, and so on. All of this is going to end up being very good. But let's be honest, we all know exactly what the real problem is going to be. Whoa, what's going on over here? The real problem is going to be with this city, and it's going to come down to traffic. Let's take a look right here. Yep, we're starting to run into some traffic issues. It's going to be time to start upgrading our roads to some proper avenues, maybe start messing around with some of the intersection options, or possibly start messing around with some of these highways and create a better throughput for the highways and start expanding off in these different directions. Basically, find some way to start managing a lot of our traffic. But I do think this is a good place for us to end this video. So, made some pretty solid progress. The city is looking a lot better, more modernized. We've got successfully some industries up and running, which again, it says isn't making me money, but I'm looking at this down here and I'm thinking, we're doing pretty good. We're making some serious cash. Everything is looking all right today. Is anything else going to catch on fire at the last second? No? All right, I'm going to end this video before it does then. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I'd ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.